Hi, my name is Nabil Murad. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to retrieve information from a list by specifying a product or a row number and specifying a column number or a quarter. In my example, I have a list of products with product name in the first column and sales figure for quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and so on. And at the same time, I have a drop list from which I can select the product and select the quarter, and these two drop lists provide information to these two cells, which in turn provide information for a function that retrieves the intersection of the row number and the column number. When I change the product, this product, which is basil leaf, is in row number 11, and I change the quarter to quarter number 2. So the intersection of row number 11 and quarter 2 is this value, which is automatically highlighted in the table. To do this, we need to use an index function. We need to use the paste special feature. We need to insert a form control, and we need to use a conditional formatting. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the next sheet. So I have the same list, and we are going first to create the function that will retrieve the intersection of a row and a column. This function is called the index function. So let's assume I need to retrieve the sales value for this product, which is cinnamon, for quarter number 2. In other terms, I need to retrieve this value. So what's the row number for cinnamon? Product number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to type 5 in the product. And for the quarter, I'm going to type 2, since it's column number 2. Quarter 1 is column number 1, quarter 2 is column number 2, and so on. And now I'm going to create my function, which is the index function. Any function in Excel starts with an equal sign. And then I start typing the first letters of the name of the function, index. When I type just index, a drop list shows me the names of all the functions starting with IN. I can move with the arrows and then select by hitting tab. A screen tip tells me which arguments, what are the input values required for this function. At any time you can move this screen tip if it hides part of your data, and then the first argument required, which is the array. An array is a range including all the sales value. So I clicked and dragged to select all the sales values and press F4 to jump back to the formula. When I hit comma to move to the next argument will appear bold in the screen tip. So I hit comma, and now it asks for the row number, which is the number of the product in the list, which is in this cell. And I hit F4 to lock it, and then I'll hit comma to move to the next argument, and then it asks me about the column number, which column. So for quarter number 2, it's column number 2, and I'll select this cell containing the column number and hit F4 to lock it, and then close parentheses and press enter. Now for product number 5 at quarter number 2, this is the sales value. I need to highlight the corresponding value in the list. So what I'm going to do is to hit F2 and copy this formula, and then by hitting Control C and then hit escape. Now I need to highlight the corresponding value in the list by using a conditional format. So I'm going to select the whole list without the column headers and the row headers. And from the perspective of the active cell, I'm going to create a rule that will be saved in memory and then copied to all the cells in the range. How do we create a conditional format? On the Home tab, click on the down pointing arrow of the conditional format and select a new rule. Remember that I copied the formula by hitting Ctrl C before applying the conditional format, so I have it saved in the clipboard. I'm going to click on Use Formula and then start creating the formula. First of all, I'm going to click on this cell because I'm applying the conditional format to this cell, which is the active cell of the range, and then it will be, when I apply OK, it will be populated to the whole range. I'll change the absolute cell reference by deleting the dollar signs from the row number and the column letter by hitting F4 3 times. And then add an equal sign. If the value of this cell is equal to, I will paste the function that I created earlier. So if the value of this cell equals the result of the function, what do you want me to do? I want to highlight that range by clicking on Format and then select the format you like. You can apply a bold format for the font. You can apply a dark font color and then click on the Fill tab and apply a light fill color and hit OK, and automatically, if I deselect the range, the value is highlighted in the range. Now, the next step is to create a drop list from which I can select the product instead of counting the row number for each product, and create another drop list to select the quarters. So by changing the values in the drop list, it will be reflected on these two cells, which provide information for the index function that I used in this cell. These types of drop lists are called combo box. They are created as controls. These type of controls are not available by default on the ribbon. They are available only on the Developer tab. So I need to display the Developer tab. I have 7 tabs available by default in the ribbon. So I need to display the Developer tab by right-clicking any blank area in the ribbon and selecting Customize the ribbon. Here are the different tabs of the ribbon. I have a Developer tab which is unchecked. I'm going to check the box to the left side of the Developer tab and hit OK to display it in the ribbon. Now the Developer tab appears in the ribbon. If I click on that, I have a complete group called Controls. I need to insert a combo box which displays the drop list with the different product names. So I'll click on the down pointing arrow of the Insert command and select the second one, which is called Combo Box. When I click on this option, the mouse pointer changes to a plus sign. So I position my mouse and start clicking and dragging. Now I created the combo box, but it's empty. I need to adjust the properties of the combo box so that it displays the different product names. So I'll go up to the Developer tab and click on Properties. When I click on Properties, I have to specify an input range. By clicking on the input range box, I can position this format control dialog box to the side and then click in the sheet and drag downward to select all the products. Then I need to link the selection to this cell to specify the product. So I'm going to click on the cell link and specify link to this cell and click OK. So now the first combo box is created. I'm going to create another combo box in exactly the same way. So I'm going to click on the Insert tab, click on the combo box control, and then click and drag in the sheet. Now if I try to control the properties of this combo box by selecting the quarters, it will not work. It will display the first one only, because the combo box needs an input range in a column, not in a row. So how do I change these values from a row to a column? I'm going to copy the values by selecting them and clicking on the Home tab and clicking Copy. These dancing ants tell me that these values are copied to the clipboard. Now I'm going to select a cell and paste these values in a column by using a paste special option. Instead of clicking on paste, I'm going to click on the down pointing arrow of the paste button and select transpose. So I change the values from a row to a column. I'll hit escape to stop these dancing ants, and now I can control the properties of my combo box. To select it, I need to press Ctrl and click on the combo box. Click on the Developer tab and click Properties. The Format Control dialog box opens, where I'm going to specify the input range, and then I'm going to link it to the cell, which is the second cell related to the quarter, and click OK. Deselect the cell by clicking somewhere in your sheet, and now we are going to test our values. Select the product. I have a full list of products. If you click on Master Seed and then you select a quarter, the function that we created will use the values linked to these two combo boxes to retrieve the value from the list, and at the same time the corresponding value is highlighted in the list. If you try to change it to another product, the formula or the function will recalculate and the value will be highlighted in the list. Thank you for watching and see you next video.